Go.
What's good, good people? It's your boy Fleet Jones.
It's your man Mo Green.
And we back again with another one. Another one. Got that get
The
my
DJ
calendar on.
Khaled, yeah, you
Gotta get
got
my
the
calendar
Khaled
on.
swag.
Another one.
You
Another
dripping with
one.
the Khaled swag, like,
Yeah, man.
uh.
I gotta keep it real.
Yeah, yeah, keep
Just
it real.
just speaking of, keeping it
Oh
real, man.
man. Mm-mm.
That's the topic of the day. Keep it real. Is that a liability? Is keeping it real a liability?
Wow.
Now we all seen the memes and the YouTube videos of when keeping it real goes wrong, which that got me thinking.
Yeah.
Even Dave Chappelle, when keeping it real goes wrong, and I'm like, man, is is that a liability?
Well, I want to hear from you though. Is it a liability? I know we asking the people, and thank you guys for tuning in. I don't mean to cut off my man or whatnot, but we appreciate y'all tuning in. But I gotta ask you, Fleet, talk to me. Do you
Well,
believe that keeping it real is a liability?
I'm going to say yes, and here's why.
Okay.
Here's why. Keeping it real is a emotion. Is an emotion that I'm going to say this. I've did it when in counseling, and you really want to try to reason with someone. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you and give it to you, I guess, straight raw from my experience. And when we do that, first off, we're lowering ourselves because that emotion that I gained from whatever experience I went through, and I'm trying to project that on someone else. And it's almost like trying to force them to get what I went through. That's where it goes wrong because that experience that I had was for me. How can someone else see eye to eye with an experience that I went through that I wanted to learn or that I had learned from? That's when you get all types of problems. That's when it's a liability.
Okay. Okay. Well, keeping it real is a liability. I'll
Hmm.
say the reason why it's a liability for this reason only. Real people, if you're real, there's no need to put that in parentheses.
Hmm.
Like, what I'm saying is real. With real people, you either going to take what I'm saying is to being valid or you not. When you say, hey, I'm keeping it real, you're trying to persuade that person and give validation that
Hmm.
they're accepting what you're saying.
Yep.
That's one. Keeping it real is a liability is because we're in today's world where keeping it real is fake.
Hmm.
Keeping it fake is real. Everything is topsy turvy. When you're real, being real nowadays is it's a dirty stain. It's almost
Hmm.
looked at as a ops because everybody is faking it so much where real doesn't look familiar to you.
Hmm.
That that's
Fake
that's the
news.
key. That's the key. You know what I'm saying? Um, Keeping it real, a liability in the workforce, in
Oh yeah.
at your job.
Yep.
You keeping it real is being more like a free spirit.
Hmm.
And when you're at work, you're paid not to be free, not
No.
to think free, but to follow orders.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So you can play keeping it real and you can keep it real out that motherfucking job with no money, no income. You can be fired. Excuse my French, but it's real.
Yeah.
This is real. See, you saw how I was talking? Now, of course, I like to clean up my language, but this is really Mo Green. Now, me being real Mo Green at work, that can get me really fired. Is
Exactly.
it? That's not accepted. So we gotta pick or choose our battles. We gotta, like I say, being real is something that you don't have to look for validation in others to validate who you are. Um, if you're real, real people will recognize, fake won't.
Hmm. Exactly. And I'm gonna share a story of a time where keeping it real went wrong in the past. So me and my lady, um, we were trying to what were we trying to do? Every person does this. Bills in one person's name, it goes in another person's name, and we tried to switch it over so we wouldn't have to pay for that bill. So the thing is, they said, you know what? It may be out for a day. It won't come on right away. There's an electricity bill. So I was okay with keeping it, not having it for a day or so. But my lady's like, no, let me just be honest and keep it real. Went and told the story. Yes, I live in that household, blasey, blasey, blah, and a bunch of details. So now, guess what? I am left with that bill too. They connected and joined us. Keeping it real went wrong because, like Mo said, at the workplace, there's no morals. They have a certain duty to do. Keeping it real was not a part of her moral standards because they got a job to do. So, with that said, keeping it real, I know I said it's emotion, but a lot of times people need to go and use mentalism. They need to think, not keep it real, think. I got the 48 laws of power, and it says use selective honesty, and you got to be selective with it.
Whoa! Did you just hear what? I just want to point this out. We gotta pause for a second.
Yes, sir.
Selective. You hear
Yes.
that keyword? Selective honesty.
Hmm.
Selective honesty means not speak all of it, but be cautious and dissect and use certain honesty.
Yep.
That's big. That's big.
Very big. And a lot of people need an immune system for their emotions.
I agree.
They need an immune system. They need to learn how to decipher, let it go through a certain process before they actually respond and feel.
Mm.
Or, as they say, keep it real. Even when you're in an argument with, with, with your lady or your man, oh, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Oh,
But see,
that ain't gonna work out right.
you
That's like
hear that?
if your lady, how do I look in this dress? Shh, I hate this fucking dress.
Selective honesty.
Yep, baby, you look good. You look
Selective
good,
honesty.
baby.
You know, baby, you know what? That dress don't do you justice, baby. You curving and you swerving, and you know that dress is just like downplaying your attributes. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
pretty
man.
funny, man.
Yeah. But you got to be selective. You got to have that immune system because keeping it real is a liability. It's going to go wrong every single time. Every single time.
Well, what is your reasoning that it goes wrong every single time? Why do you believe that that's the outcome?
Because you're lowering your emotions. You're lowering your emotions or your perception just to get something out of it. Like, for example, hey, I'm going to keep it real. When I was in counseling, let me keep it real with you. I was trying to display or portray my experience on them. And
So,
they can't see eye to eye because
wow,
that's for
okay.
me.
But see, there you go. You've mentioned it, and it's a dead end because you're trying, like you say, to push that experience
My ideas,
or the burn.
my
Okay,
ideas on someone else.
got it,
My
got it.
ideas are for me and me alone. You can't. You probably will not be. I ain't gonna say you can't, but it'd be very difficult to see eye to eye with the things that I'm going to, or even just to relate.
Mm,
Just to relate. Even J. Cole, was it the J. Cole song said, just because you got a gun don't mean you real?
that's
Or
true.
so it's a liability.
Okay, okay. So, do you believe that it will ever get back to the way it was meant to be? Because I see that so many times that with time passing, elders passing,
Hmm.
traditions and morals and that code is being deleted. Even the street code on not
Hmm.
snitching, right?
Yeah.
That's even been deleted in a way. A dude is looking at 20 years to life and he can get that reducer, not see jail, and he just got to let you. He got to snitch on his co-defendant. He gonna
Hmm.
do it.
Yeah.
So those codes, and he ain't keeping it real because that's what I'm saying. The thing, everything is warped right now. What is right is wrong. What's wrong is right,
Hmm.
and keeping it real. That rule only applies from it only applies to people that was built from that cloth, that old school cloth of there's a code, there's a moral, there's a level of respect, there's
Hmm.
character, there's these rules have not been adopted by the new school.
Exactly. Keeping it real is I'm just thinking of the definition. That goes and applies to groupthink, what society feels should happen when people want to keep it real. Keeping it real is I'm not about to snitch. Liability. Who was that? Was that Foxy Brown that got locked up?
It
What
was Lil
female artist?
Kim.
It was one of those female. I think it was
Lil
Fox.
Kim. Lil Kim didn't snitch. You talking about when she didn't snitch
Yeah,
on the cats and she did that time? Yeah, Lil
yeah,
Kim did that time.
yeah. So it was a liability. Look
Wow.
what ain't Takashi out? That motherfucker was snitching like crazy. That motherfucker, it was him. It was him.
It was Treyway, it was Shotty, it was all of them. You know what I'm
All of
saying?
them.
Man. But one thing I can say is this, dude. There's a few where I consider that I see is real dudes. Let's just say in the hip hop game, one person I respect is my son. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Uh-huh.
My son, that's a real dude.
Hmm.
Mano, that's a real dude. Snoop, that's a real dude. Like there's certain people you can tell like they just real cats. They not, yeah, this is what I do. This is my passion. This is my desire to rap or whatever. But they real cats.
Yeah.
Um,
Real people move in silence. They
I
don't have to
agree.
they don't have to say, guess what? I'm real. I'm big and bad. Look at this. No, they go move in silence. What I look like telling a enemy what I'm going to do. I'm just go do it. Now he go playing. Well, he said he's gonna do this on this day. I'm coming strapped. Hey, you just go get it when I decide to give it to you. I don't have to disclose my plans, you know, because if I do, liability. Now
Mm,
he know I got beef with him. Now they know I got a problem with him. Come on now, use mentalism, think, but we want to keep it real. We want to, bank on emotion.
wow.
Dave Chappelle got his ass whipped in that skit and lost his bitch.
But you know what?
So,
You want to know something though? Just speaking on Dave Chappelle real quick. Keeping it real was a liability. How much was that $1 million deal he left from, and he disappeared for all those years? How much was that deal?
Well,
It
it
was
was 100 mil, I think,
he
99
walked.
mil or something like that.
Okay, so let's just go with that. We don't know if it's, I forgot the particular number, but let's just say we go with that. So walking away from $99 million at the height of your career and
Mm-hmm.
saying, no, I won't sell my short self short. He left that money on the table.
Mm-hmm.
He kept it real. I gotta ask you people, was that a liability?
I can answer that. You
I'll leave
want to
that
know
to
why?
y'all people. I'll leave it to y'all. Is
Okay,
that
yeah,
a
we
liability?
go leave it to them because they were trying to make them do some, little strange things for a little change.
Right, but he kept it real.
But
So was it a liability?
ooh, well, yeah, well, yeah,
Leave
we
it to
gotta,
the people. Leave
yeah,
that to the
we go leave it to the people. But
people.
he got what 150 million from Netflix
Yeah, he
off
did.
what three shows? Oh no, man.
Right, so that's what I'm asking. I already knew what you said. I already knew, but is it a liability, people? He kept it real. Was it a liability? Please comment,
Yeah,
like,
comment,
share,
like, subscribe.
comment, subscribe, share.
Yes, sir. So with that said, we go get up out of here. It's your boy Fleet Jones.
It's your man Mo Green.
And you know what we say in closing? The sky's the limit. We're going to continue to go straight up.
Yep. Peace.